Hey YouTube, I'm back again. Just want to show you what I've picked up this week. Yes, just a week's worth of pickups. Not a month or a couple of months, just a week. That said, there's still quite a bit of stuff here to get through. So we'll get into it and I'll explain as we go along. So first, one and only pre-order. This came from Amazon, although it's an Arrow steelbook, Blade of the Immortal. Had this not been a steelbook release, this wouldn't have been really a priority, and really I shouldn't have really pre-ordered this. I could have waited. It's not something I'm in any hurry to watch. Had this not been available, or had this not been released, I should say, as a steelbook, I might not have bought this at all. I'm still going to give it a watch. I'm not going to say I don't like subtitled movies. I prefer to watch even foreign movies in English if they're dubbed. Subtitled, especially Japanese or Asian subtitled movies, quite often they speak so quickly it's difficult to keep up with the subtitles and see what's going on. But yeah, I'm still chuffed to grab this. As far as Arrow Steelbook's concerned, I've got every single one that's been released so far, with the exception of one, and only because that's a reissue. I will of course get that at some point, but I'm not going to pay a full price for it. So yeah, that's Blade of the Immortal from Arrow. Then off eBay, I got this probably last week, I think, but it didn't arrive in the post because of the Easter weekend. It didn't arrive in the post till this week. It's the last of the Carry On collection DVDs that I needed. This is volume 3. This actually contains 2 of if I were to put a top 5 of Carry On films, definitely Carry On Spying and Carry On Screaming would definitely be in that top 5. Carry On Cowboy might even be up there somewhere as well. But definitely three of my more favourite Carry On films are on this set. I did explain last time I got volumes 1 and 2. All the other Carry On films I have are in a specific collection, because they've released them so many times in different collections, rather than getting a couple from one collection and a couple from another collection and so on. I tried to stick to the one collection. As it turned out, the first 12 movies were never released on that collection, but the first 12 movies were released on 3 volume sets similar to this, volumes 1, 2 and 3, 4 on each. So it just seemed to be a happy accident that I could get these 3 complete and not overlap, if you like, any of the ones I already own in the I think the special edition collection. I'm not sure about that, I'll have to double check. But yeah, there's no overlap. None of these are available in that set, and none of those are available in this set, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm really chuffed to have got that. It was a little bit more than I would like to have paid, but not that much. So yeah, I'm glad to have got that. Then this next one I got off eBay. It's a format that I haven't seen for a very, very long time. It was a failed high definition format, but not the one you would think. This is an HD VMD. first discovered these in, I want to say 2010. There was a bunch of them on eBay. Same seller had maybe, I have to say a bunch, maybe 7 or 8 different titles, multiple copies of, and he was listing them as compatible with a HD DVD player or words to that effect. This was one of the ones that I didn't buy at the time. I only bought one to start with, and of course it wasn't compatible with an HD DVD player. I managed to find an HD VMD player shortly thereafter on eBay, pretty cheap. And at the time I didn't have a region-free DVD player, and the HD VMD player was also a region-free DVD player, so that kind of gave me an excuse, if you like, to buy it. And since then I've probably picked up, I don't know, 5, 6, maybe 7 different titles on the format. Almost never see them since, I would say, 2011, with the exception of this one. I've seen 2 times examples from this format for sale. The first time was a player and a bunch of movies, more than half of which I already owned. It was in America, and the guy was wanting $180, something like that, and it worked out at another $70 shipping to the UK. So for $250, which would have been what, 180 thereabouts pounds, for what essentially would have been just 5 or 6 films that I needed, it was just too much. There was no way I was ever going to pay that. And then not long after that, there was a bunch of HD DVDs for sale, and in amongst them was a Lucky Number 11, which is available on HD DVD, but it was the HD VMD version of the movie. But again, it was expensive. He was asking, I think, about 50 quid for maybe 20 HD DVDs, and there wasn't a single rare one amongst them. They're all real common titles. And I did email him to say, you know, if his item didn't sell, would he sell me that one disc on its own? And he never got back to me, and they were never relisted, so I don't know whatever happened to them. Anyway, this is, now I'm probably going to butcher this, Demand à la Poussière, maybe, French release. The film is called Ask the Ashes. I've never ever heard of it, but it doesn't have a bad cast, so I'll have to, my HD VMD player isn't connected. It's sat on the shelf upstairs, so I'll have to pull it out and give this a watch. It does have English audio, so that'd be no problem. But yeah, another one to add to that collection. Whether I'll ever see any more of these for sale, who knows. There are, when this was a current format, and it was only a current format for a very short time, I didn't know about it until probably 2 years after the fact. But even in 2010, there was still quite a lot of information about it on the internet. Today there's nothing. You can't find almost anything about this format now. But I do remember seeing a list of titles either released or to be released on the format, not current in 2010, but how it was supposed to have been in, I guess, 2008, when it was a current format. And there was 125, give or take a couple, titles on that list. How many of them ever actually got released, I don't know. I think I've physically seen somewhere between 12 and 15 titles. By that I mean ones that I've actually seen actual footage of on film or pictures of on the internet, as opposed to just a list of titles. But who knows? maybe I'll find some more, but it's been such a long time since I've seen any. And this appeared on eBay maybe it's a couple of months ago, and the price has slowly dropped. I think it started at about $11.99, and it eventually came. There was always a best offer, and I thought when it comes down to $4.99, then I'll probably buy it. And it did. It came down to $4.99, but the seller left the best offer on. So I thought, what the heck? If I offer him $3, maybe he'll come back with a counter offer for £4. Anyway, he accepted the offer for £3. So yeah, I was well chuffed with that. Then going back to Tuesday this week, I decided I'd have a ride out to Middlesbrough because there's another That's Entertainment out there that I hadn't visited since the sale started, and I was surprised to find they were having the 50% off, whereas the one in Stockton was only 25% off. When I got speaking to the guy behind the counter, the 50% off had actually only started on the Monday, on the bank holiday. It was absolutely chucking it down that day. I didn't go out anywhere, and both of those two stores apparently are on the same schedule, so their sales are changing at the same time. And I mentioned that I'd seen other people were getting stuff at 75% off in other stores, and apparently because some stores are on an advanced schedule, meaning they're closing earlier, their sales are progressing quicker, so other areas are having 75% off. Anyway, he told me while I was there that this coming Monday, which will be tomorrow, they'll be progressing to 75% off. So I'm going to have to rock on up first thing in the morning and see what's left. But as it was, I decided to grab a bunch of stuff while it was 50% off, because most of this they only had the one copy of anyway. Certainly in the Middlesbrough store, it was it's a very small store, so these were all 50% off. So first of all, in 3 for a fiver, would have been, which with the reduction, 3 for £2.50, I got Gulliver's Travels 3D, Jumper, the Incredible, I couldn't read that for a moment, the Incredible Burt Wonderstone, and then this next lot were 6 for a fiver, which obviously works out 6 for £2.50 with 50% discount. We've got The Dilemma, Get Him to the Greek, then on DVD, the first series of Secret Diary of a Call Girl, some Only Fools and Horses with Heroes and Villains, one of the funniest episodes ever, some Father Ted, Series 2 Part 1, and Series 2 Part 2. They did have Series 1 and Series 3. Series 1 I already have, and Series 3 was quite badly scratched, so I had to leave that one. And then these were 2 for a fiver, or 2 for £2.50. This I've been looking for quite some time. The Ultimate 3-disc edition of Pearl Harbor. Now this looks quite shelf warm, but it's actually how the box is printed. It's in really good shape. It looks terrible, but it's just the way it's printed. And also on the 2 for a fiver, I got The Town, the extended cut, and finally, this was part of the 3 for a fiver, but I didn't get any others towards this set, so it was £1. Season 2 of the 4400 with the lenticular slipcover, or one section of lenticular anyway on the slipcover. I had seen this previously in Stockton, and I nearly bought it last week, but when I looked at the discs were awful, so I had to leave it, and glad they did, because I got this one at half price. And while I was in Middlesbrough, a shop that I always forget about, mainly because it's a little bit off the main shopping area, so it's not a place I ever walk past. I've got to be going there to go there, and I did. I went in. It's Tyne Bargains, which used to be cash generators, and there is one in Stockton as well, which I do visit from time to time. So yeah, while I was in Middlesbrough, I got all of these for some were 99p and some were £1. Why they've got some at 99p and some at £1, I don't know, but there you go. So Cabin in the Woods, that one was 99p. John Carter, that one was £1. I like this film. In fact, I really like this film. A lot of people didn't like this film. I don't know why. It's awesome. Another one I really like, In Time. Again, this one was £1. And then some HD DVDs. This has been quite a week for obscure dead formats, and there's more to come. But yeah, on HD DVD, these aren't even UK releases, these are American ones. These are ones I already have. I got these plainly just to stick on eBay. We've got Assault on Precinct 13 and Happy Gilmore. They were both 99p. Then once I was done in Middlesbrough, and because I'd found out obviously that That's Entertainment had changed their sale from 25% to 50, from 25% to 50%. I had to go to the Stockton store and yeah, have a look in there as well, and I grabbed a bunch of stuff from there. So all these first lot are the 6 for a £5, which discounted would be 6 for £2.50. So on DVD I grabbed Clerks X, which is the 10th anniversary 3-disc DVD set. And then on Blu Ray, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, awesome comedy. The Descendants. Again, most of these, if not all of these, were items that they only had one left on the shelf. So the chances are these would have been sold out by tomorrow. Other stuff that I kind of would have maybe got, that had more than one copy on, I left. I thought I'll take the risk, because when the 75% off, it's going to work out at like 40 odd p for a Blu-ray at, you know, at the 3 for a £5 level. These would have been even cheaper. Yeah, so moving on, we've got Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the slipcover. 5-Year Engagement, and the In-Betweeners 2. And these were all part of the 3 for £5. Again, with the 50% discount, that's 3 for £2.50, or what, 80 something pence each. Body of Lies, Bridesmaids, Epic, Lost Season 4, the Jeremy Clarkson collection, which includes Extreme Machines, Motor World and Speed. And then something I've never ever heard of, but the it's an animated series, but it's got such a great cast, I had to give it a go. Pope Town. And then these last couple were part of 2 for a tenner, which obviously work out at 2 for a fiver, £2.50 each. We've got the Blu Ray of the 2 movie set of District 13 and District 13 Ultimatum. I absolutely love both of these films. I do own them actually individually, but I just love this set. Bit of a digipack. The 2 that I own, the single ones, I'll probably end up just trading them in. And then finally, again for £2.50, we've got the complete 40 Towers. And while I was in Stockton, I checked out a few of the second-hand shops and went into cash converters. There's only one item in there that I was really interested in, and that was Professor Layton and the Eternal Diva. I've never seen this, I don't know much about it. It was £1. And then in Time Bargains once again, for 99p, West is West. I haven't seen this. I've got the original East is East on HD DVD, but I've not seen that one. And then we have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and this one was £1.99. I've got a steelbook of this, but I didn't have the standard release, and I've got the standard slipcover release of Rise, so I thought I'd have this to go with it. And because I've already got the digital copy, now according to this, it expired in December, but that doesn't always mean that they actually expired, so it could still be valid. I have no idea if it's already been redeemed or not. So the code's there if you want to give it a go. By all means, give it a try. If it works, just let me know in the comments. If you try and it doesn't work, then let me know in the comments. Anyway, moving on. Then on Friday, I had another walk into town. I had a look around the charity shops. There wasn't much at all, but once again I popped into Time Bargains. I found this. It wasn't there earlier in the week. Supernatural Series 6. Not one I'm really fussed in keeping. I got this just to trade it in for CX. Only £1.99. And then in the charity shops, a couple of 25p DVDs. The Hotel New Hampshire. I have vague recollections of seeing this. When I first saw it and I saw Natasha Kinski, I thought it was something else, but then I realised with Rob Lowe and Jodie Foster that it's not the film I first thought it was when I picked it up. But just the name just does ring a bell, and you know what, anything with Jodie Foster in, I'm up for watching. So for 25p, I grabbed that, and also 25p, Brainiac Science Abuse, the best of Series 1. I don't know if they ever released any more DVDs, but this was quite a fun show back in the early noughties. I really enjoyed it. And then back to the obscure dead formats, I was in the British Red Cross looking through the DVDs, and as usual they have their buy one get one free or 2 for £1 offer. As I was looking through the DVDs, there was nothing there that stood out, nothing out of the ordinary, and as I turned away, something just caught my eye in the CDs, and I had to double take and look, and it was that logo on the spine, CDI, and it's a video CD of The Craze. I was shocked. I can't remember the last time prior to this I saw a VCD for sale. Certainly a CDI VCD. Now I do own this already, but because they'll buy one get one free, I actually bought this one. This was the only other one that was there. Adam's Family Values. This one I didn't own, and I thought, well, if I'm getting one free, I might as well just grab that one, and hopefully I can sell it on eBay, which will pay for that one. And this morning I had to run out to the car boot sale, which was pitiful. It was absolutely awful. There was maybe 12, maybe 15 cars. It was ridiculous, and I think I went around 4 times and I couldn't find anything. And just on the way out, there's always a stall with boxes and boxes of junk, and it's like anything in any box is 50p. And I just spotted a bunch of CDs, and underneath the CDs there was some DVDs, and amongst the CDs I came across another VCD, another video CD of Lord of the Rings, but it was it had a lot of Asian writing on, whether it was Chinese or Japanese, I'm not sure, but I decided to pass on it because I wasn't really fussed on getting Lord of the Rings on video CD, but I did find some DVDs for 50p each. So firstly, or lastly, this was the last one I actually picked up in there, A Bronx Tale with Robert De Niro. This is actually a US Region 1 release, but it's one of these snapper cases that I just like to collect, and it is a film I've actually never seen, so yeah, chuffed we got that. And then some stand-up. I got Omid Jalili, No Agenda. Really funny stand-up comic. I don't know whether I've seen this one or not. I did, when I picked it up I thought I had it, but when I checked, I've got a couple other DVDs of his, but not this one. And finally, some Chubby Brown, front page boobs. I've never seen this one. I've never even seen it for sale in the shops or out in the wild. I didn't know this existed. So yeah, I'll be adding that to the collection and giving it a watch very soon. So that took longer than I expected, but that's all this week's pickups. But I'll be back out in the morning to That's Entertainment, hopefully to find 75% off. What they've got left, specifically in Blu-rays, I don't know. I did notice when I was skimming through the DVDs, because they've got thousands of DVDs left, not many Blu-rays, but they did have I think a full set of Police Academy movies, and at the moment I only have 2, so I may well, if they're going to be 40p each or thereabout, if they've still got them, I'll probably pick up the 6 that I need to complete that set. See what else they've got. They've the TV box sets and TV shows that didn't have that much left that I was interested in, but I'll definitely take another look. Anyway, I'm rambling on now, and this video is nearly 30 minutes, and I can't believe I've whittled on for 30 minutes. Wouldn't be the first time, but anyway, yes, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Ta-ra.